4 people were arrested Monday after deputies served a drug search warrant at a local home. One city is making it easier to apply for public safety jobs, and area residents can celebrate the 4th of July a day early in one community.
Absolutely classic July weather in store as we head toward the 4th of July. We'll have the complete forecast coming up.
Coming up in sports, one local school has hired their next head baseball coach. Also, one local offensive lineman has committed to play college football. And speaking of football, a youth football camp is coming up in East Alabama. We have more on all of this in just a minute as EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Mike Stedham. Katie Edwards has the evening off. 4 people were arrested Monday evening in Ranburne after law enforcement officials served a narcotics search warrant. The Cleveland County Sheriff's Department, with the assistance of the Ranburne Police Department, executed that warrant in the 100 block of Gold Ridge Road in Ranburne around 6 o'clock Monday evening. They arrested Jimmy Fred Smith, 53, and charged him with 3 felonies: unlawful possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute, unlawful possession of a controlled substance, and being a fugitive from justice. He's being held without bond. Also arrested was Jonathan Randy Fordham, 52, also charged with unlawful possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute and unlawful possession of a controlled substance. Also, he faces a misdemeanor charge of unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. His bond was set at $28,000. Felony charges were filed against Tina Fordham Parker, 53, who's accused of unlawful possession of a controlled substance with the intent to distribute and unlawful possession of controlled substance. Her bond was set at $28,000. And Crystal Gail Smith, 33, was also charged with 2 felonies: unlawful possession of a controlled substance with the intent to distribute and unlawful possession of controlled substance. Her total bond was set at $28,000. 2 Gadsden residents were arrested over the weekend and charged with animal cruelty after a video of the pair surfaced on social media. Etowah County Sheriff Jonathan Horton says his office was notified Saturday morning of a video on social media of the cruel treatment of a dog. Late Saturday afternoon, both subjects had been identified and the weapon that was used had been recovered. Trenton Dwayne Sudbury, 18, of Gadsden, was arrested and charged with animal cruelty and has been placed in the Etowah County Detention Center where he is awaiting bond. The other suspect is a juvenile and cannot be named. This individual has been charged with animal cruelty in juvenile court. Sheriff Horton says that Bullet, the dog seen in the video, is now back home and safe with his family. He says Bullet will be receiving a full examination, seems to be in good spirits, and should make a good recovery. Business professor Dr. Daniel P. Mertens of Jack State has been awarded a Fulbright U.S. Scholar Fellowship for the 2024-2025 academic year. The Fulbright, sponsored by the State Department, provides American scholars the opportunity to conduct research and teach abroad. Martins is the first Fulbright scholar in the history of Jack State's College of Business and Industry. He plans to conduct research at the Tomas Beda University in the Czech Republic, studying its innovative managerial philosophies. He'll also teach at the graduate program, join and advise several dissertation committees, and assist the school in strategic planning and assessment. The city of Anniston has made it easier for people to apply for work as police officers and firefighters. The new streamlined process means that it will take less than a minute for the applicant to submit the necessary information. Recruiters will walk the job seekers through each form and step of the hiring process. For questions on police recruitment, You may contact 256-240-4073. And for questions about fire recruitment, you may contact 256-342-2246. When we come back, the rodeo came to town this weekend to help raise money for a good cause.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today. This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
The Combat Park in East Aboga was the host of a rodeo this weekend, and Shasta Jones files this report.
This past weekend was the second annual Wounded Warrior Alabama Bulls and Broncs Rodeo from Combat Park in East Aboga, Alabama.
Today I'm riding bulls and bareback. I ride ranch bronc and saddle bronc, bulls, goat tying and shoot dogging, dummy roping, and saddle bronc and bareback.
I asked Paul and Max what riding in the rodeos have taught them about life.
I don't know, be tough.
Probably be tough and be brave.
Next up, some of the young ladies at the rodeo shared with us what they do.
I do barrel racing, pole bending, breakaway, goat tying, and I'm the tiny miss, and I do barrel racing, goat tying, and goat untying, and mud busting.
I compete in barrel racing, pole bending, and goat tying, and I am Rockin' 5L's rodeo queen. For me, being a rodeo queen is getting to represent the sport of rodeo, and I get to honor Rockin' 5L, and I always get to carry Old Glory.
I do barrel racing, pole bending, and breakaway roping, and what it means to be the Rockin' 5L princess is I get to carry the Christian flag, be a representative for our rodeo association. The events I do are barrel racing, pole bending, dummy roping, goat tying, and that's it.
Well, Wounded Warrior takes care of local veterans that have needs. We do it for not only for the wounded veterans, but for active duty. And we may build a ramp for a wheelchair. We may help with power bill. We may help with groceries. Whatever they need, we're going to try to help with. And we put roofs on houses. We've done a little bit of everything. So done repairs to homes and stuff like that. But all the proceeds that we take in, 87%, they stay here in Alabama, and they all go to the Warriors.
There were lots of fun things going on at this rodeo, but don't worry if you missed it. There are lots of other ones coming up in nearby areas, so be on the lookout for more information for those, and hey, maybe even catch a ride, or not.
When we return, one city is celebrating Independence Day a day early this week.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
Jax Fest, the city of Jacksonville's annual Independence Day celebration, is set for Wednesday starting at 6 p.m. with a closing fireworks show at 9 p.m. The gates will open at 4 and food trucks will open at 5:30. The program will feature live music, a petting zoo, photo booth, games, new level pro wrestling, and the return of last year's fan favorite, the Foam Party. Admission to this event is free. Now, about the only thing that might delay a nighttime fireworks display would be some bad weather, which of course is always a possibility in July. Let's go over to the weather desk where John Holder can tell us about the rain chances over the next few nights.
Mike, the next few nights are very important. We've got fireworks going on in places like Oxford, Heflin, Gadsden, Jacksonville. We'll have the complete forecast for the next several nights coming up next.
Spring into freshness at WM. Celebrate the season with our bountiful selection of farm fresh produce. From juicy berries to crisp greens, taste the flavors of spring at WM. Visit us today and let the freshness bloom in every bite.
Not too bad today across East Alabama. Temperatures are about where they should be for this time of year. 91 for the high this afternoon after a morning low of 74. 102 the record high temperature, 56 for the record low. And those days now beginning to very slowly shorten now as we're on the backside of the first day of summertime. 7:57 your sunset tonight and the sun rising tomorrow at 5:38. Weather on your street on this Tuesday night. Fairview Road in Gadsden tonight, partly cloudy skies and warm. This is up on the mountain, up at Lookout Mountain, Nakalula Falls area. In that area, it's going to be very nice tonight. About 72 for the nighttime low. No chance of rain in the forecast for tonight. Speaking of rain coming up, we do have a small chance returning tomorrow. A few isolated storms on Magnolia Street in the city of Lincoln in Talladega County. 93 for the high tomorrow. Chance of rain in any one location on your Wednesday is about 1 in 3. For the rest of the week, this is an important forecast because it includes the 4th of July and the 4th of July holiday weekend as well. Cotaquilla Road in the White Plains area and all across East Alabama. Afternoon showers and storms. Away from those storms, sunshine, temperatures in the 90s. Chance of rain going to increase beginning on the 4th of July all the way into the 4th of July holiday weekend. You'll see that increase in rain chances here in our 7-day forecast. As we said, about a 1 in 3 chance tomorrow, a 40% chance of those scattered showers on the 4th of July afternoon. Then on Friday and Saturday, pretty healthy rain chances, 60% on Friday, 60% on Saturday. High is going to remain mainly in the low 90s, and we'll keep this classic summertime weather going all the way through the back half of the weekend and the early part of next week. Rain chances just about every afternoon. No complete washouts coming, and high temperatures basically in the 90s. Some of the computer model data says we may be back down in the 80s for highs by the middle part of next week. I'm not sure I believe that, but we will see. Let's take a look right now at excessive heat because, folks, we are now in this time of the year where we're going to have 90s every day. We're going to have humidity every day. Heat index values just about every day are going to be in the upper 90s. So you don't want to forget this checklist here. Find air conditioning if you're outside for any length of time. Avoid strenuous activities if at all possible, especially in that 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. time frame. Wear light clothing. Check on family members and neighbors, those that are prone to not dealing with the heat very well. Check on them. Of course, drink plenty of water. Watch for heat cramps, exhaustion, and stroke. All of those are very real things here in Alabama in the summertime. And of course, as we have been preaching to you all summer long already, never leave people, children, pets in cars, even for just a couple of moments. I'll be back here tomorrow morning with your Wednesday Day at a Glance. We'll be back here tomorrow night with EA and local news as we'll continue to take a look at that 4th of July forecast for not only the 4th, but the weekend as well. A lot of folks are off of work and they've got some days off. We'll tell you the forecast for the entire rest of the work week and the weekend coming up tomorrow night on EA and local news. Now, sports time is coming up. Another new baseball coach in East Alabama, this one at Gadsden City. Namath Pitts is standing by to tell you who he is. Namath.
Thanks, John. Gadsden City baseball struggled last season on the diamond. The program just concluded their search for a new head baseball coach. There is only one way to go for Gadsden City baseball, and that is up. Gadsden City has officially hired Robbie Davis as their new head baseball coach. Robbie Davis is coming back to Gadsden City after a stint as an assistant at Hoax Bluff. Previously, he was an assistant at Gadsden City and Southside. He is an alum of Glencoe High School and played college baseball at Gadsden State. Robbie Davis has Etowah County roots that run deep. Coach Davis has worked as an assistant for some of the top county coaches like Etowah coach Blake Bone, Coach Jake Ball, Taylor Talbot, and Shane Chappell, the head coach at Southside, and he has ties to Kevin Vincent as well, who is at Sardis. But this will be the first time that Davis heads up his own program, his first head coaching opportunity. Gadsden City is hoping that Davis can change a program that has fallen in recent years. They built a new stadium that debuted in 2023, but the team went 3-30 last year. They will look to be more competitive this year in an area that features Southside and Fort Payne. One of the top offensive linemen in Class 6A has committed to play college football for the Duke Blue Devils. Jamin Brown is one of the top offensive linemen in Class 6A. Brown was previously committed to Baylor, but decommitted and announced his commitment to Duke. Brown is looking to build on a stellar junior year where he earned second-team All-State honors from the Alabama Sports Writers Association and earned honorable mention honors for All-County. He allowed just 1 sack last year and had a 94 grade on the year. He is a 6'5" offensive tackle. Jamin is the first player from Southside to commit to a Power 5 program since 2015. Before committing to Duke, Vanderbilt was a finalist for Jamin. Jamin is set to be a corner piece for Southside as they move up from Class 5A to Class 6A. Next week, the city of Anniston is hosting a 2-day football camp for local athletes from Anniston. A familiar face is coming back to Calhoun County again. Antonio Kite was in town recently to help Dominique Thomas with the 256 Elite Camp. Antonio Kite will come back home again, but this time to lead the Anniston Youth Football Camp. The Anniston Youth Football Camp will be next Monday at 10 a.m. and next Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Any athlete that is between the ages of 5 and 16 can sign up for the camp. The camp will take place at Fort McClellan on the football field behind the Aquatic Center. The best news about the camp is that the price is free. Any athlete that signs up, though, has to attend Anniston City Schools. For more information, you can reach out to Trevecchio Roberts at 903-570-8831. That's it for EAN Local Sports. Let's go back over to Mike.
Thanks for that update, Namath, and thank you for watching us today. You can find us every weeknight on Facebook and YouTube and on a variety of sites, including our own website, the Calhoun Journal, and Newsbreak. Just go to the platform of your choice and watch our news, sports, and weather coverage whenever it's convenient for you. We'll see you back here on Wednesday for your news on your schedule.